Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of Vlogmas 2021. This is going to be a behind the scenes general workday in the studio episode, and we are focusing today on book bundles. So it's nothing mind-blowing, nothing new necessarily. It's just, again, a typical workday, an easy vlog to film. I had something to do today, decided to bring out the camera and vlog about it, so that's what we're going to talk about. Book bundles. This is something that I have never offered in my Etsy shop before. When I opened the store, it wasn't feasible for me to stock physical copies of my coloring books because I have no space to store things, first of all. I had no space. I had only released one coloring book when I had decided to test the waters of selling physical books, and it was a big old mess. I didn't want to have a lot of stock on hand that was never going to get purchased because that was my very first book. Nobody knew who I was. And so I purchased a limited number of books early on. I sold those, and that was that. Well, years later, I have several books under my belt at this point and a little bit of recognition for my books. Not a ton, but I do have some, and I do have a loyal following of colorists. Thank you all. And if you are new to my channel and you have just recently found my books, thank you. Glad you're here. Welcome to the Freak Show. Always happy to welcome new people here. Now, the thing is, if you're new, you got to sit in the front so we can judge you accordingly, at least for our first couple of sessions, and then you will be fully integrated into our into our freak show, into our community, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, welcome. So, book bundles. Essentially, the three basic reasons why book bundles simply had not been feasible in the past was, of course, volume. I had too many on hand. It took too long to sell. Nobody knew who I was. Number two was, I suppose there are two major reasons. So two was timing. Back when I had first released my first book, not only did nobody know who I was, but Amazon Prime was basically taking over everyone's life. I don't have Amazon Prime, by the way, if you're wondering, but people were turning to Amazon and they were saying, why am I going to shop elsewhere where I can, when I can find everything cheaper on Amazon, yada, yada, yada. So the timing just wasn't right. Now, fast forward years later, and now we are at a point where people have had it up to their eyeballs with Amazon and they are looking to purchase directly from the artist. And so that's why I thought, okay, so now we're at a point where people want to purchase directly from the artist, and they are turning to places like the artist's personal websites, their Instagram, their Etsy shops, etc., on which to shop. And so I thought, okay, honey, it's now or never. I personally enjoy shopping at brick and mortar stores, supporting small businesses, buying directly from artists, and all of that. I am one of them, so I enjoy supporting however I can. Now, I understand that that's not feasible for everyone. There are people out there who, due to budgetary constraints, they need to stay with Amazon because it is less expensive in some cases, and I get that. I completely understand. I am not poo-pooing anyone at all. I order on Amazon. I do. So there, just a disclaimer on that one. I don't want anyone to feel as though I am attacking Amazon. No. I mean, Amazon is horrible, evil, giant. I know, we get it, but they're in many ways a necessary evil. So what I decided to do was to offer a little bit of an incentive by shopping directly from my store. Now, this is for people who maybe are more invested in my artwork, more invested in my journey, and more invested in me overall as a creative individual, and they want a signed copy. Maybe they are not interested in my artwork, maybe they can't afford my artwork, but they want something that they can either collect or use, or collect and use, I suppose, that I somehow had a hand in assembling. So I'm going to be offering book bundles, meaning they're going to be signed books and then they are going to be bundled with corresponding merchandise. They are all going to be priced differently because there will be different merch produced for different books, and not all of my books have merch, so some books will be sold simply with the signature, and of course those are going to be Of course, those books that have solely the signature will be priced accordingly. So if you are interested in purchasing book bundles, they are now available in my shop. Now, I have to say that I will have a limited number of each book, but that doesn't mean that I will not be restocking. The problem is that I'm still running into is that your girl has had a tumultuous year in more ways than one, but we are slowly transitioning into a period of my creative life where I am going to be focusing a lot more on all of my creative ventures, whether it be my artwork and coloring books, my design work over at Cat Eyes and Cacti, and then on the other hand, my reseller business. We're going to be focusing on everything, and I am physically as well as mentally figuring out ways to compartmentalize and organize everything, because in order for me to be able to dedicate the time and energy necessary to all of my ventures, I need to be properly organized first. And we're starting physically, literally physically. I have in the past month, I have been clearing and decluttering my closets, both my wardrobe and my art closet, everything. We are in a state of reorganization because I need to focus on, I have 3 businesses right now. I'm going to refer to them as brands, okay, because one of them is just, it's not earning enough income to be considered a business. So it's, well, in my brain, because technically anything you make and sell consistently is considered a business, but this is just the inner workings of my brain, okay? But I need to focus on the fashion, I need to focus on the design of Cat Eyes and Cacti, and I need to focus on the illustration of my personal brand, right? So in my apartment, I am designating space for each of my brands. So when it comes to the coloring books, I am going to be reorganizing a portion of my art storage closet for all of my supplies and my artwork and all of that. I'm going to be clearing out a shelf on which I can keep stock of these books, so that I can have a steady stock of them all the time. Because yeah, I'm going to run out, I'm going to sell out of things, and I'm not going to be able to stock hundreds of each one, but I would like to have, 3 to 5 of each book in stock at all times, at least at all times as much as is reasonable for me. But it's tough. You all, progression is very, very tough. There's truth. There is truth to the saying, you have to spend money to make money. And it is absolutely true, because there will be a month where I make a good profit on artwork. I'm able to pay my bills with everything that I have sold. And yet, inevitably, there are supplies that run out. There are shipping supplies that run out. There is stock that needs to be replenished. There's something that I need to use that breaks, a memory card I need to purchase. There's always something. So I am progressing forward and I'm very excited, but it's a slow and gradual process, because although I'm very impulsive and I'm a go-getter, I do like to put a few little stepping stones in place before I jump across the volcano, so to speak, right? So I want to give myself a little nudge, a little positive nudge first before diving full in. And that's what we're doing here. So we are starting small with a few of my book titles, and then if those end up, if shoppers show interest, got a little tongue-tied there for a second, if shoppers show interest in the book bundles, then eventually I will slowly begin trickling in my other titles. But for now, I need to clear out, clean up, organize, and then eventually, should I run out of these that you are watching in this video, they will be restocked. But for now, we have a few titles available. So if you are interested in scooping up a book bundle or 2, take a look at the shop. All of the ones that are available are signed, and some of them have merchandise as well that coincides with that particular title. I don't know why I'm having so many issues speaking in this video today. Sip of my coffee, let's do that. A nice dark French roast. Tastes like tar, and I love it. Unsweetened black French roast. Yep. Tastes like poison. Tastes like dirt. Love it. that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. Guys, Vlogmas is coming to an end. We have been doing so good. I have not skipped a beat at all. We have done videos every single day, and let me tell you that I have not been stressed about it in the least. It's just been fun. It has simply been an extension of my creative process because, Vlogmas is just, there's no need to make it stressful. It is a literal snippet of my daily life. That's it. So it's been very easy and fun. I know it might be a little bit overwhelming to see me every day, but as I've said ad nauseum at this point, if I ever have any new subscribers who are wondering who I am, what I do, this collection of, eventually it will be a full 25 videos, is going to be quite a Carla primer. Is it primer? That's the word, right? Primer? When you purchase those books that are, quick facts about a certain subject, like a crash course, whatever it is, we'll just refer to it as a crash course. It is going to be a 25 episode crash course in moi. For better or worse. You're going to love it or you're going to hate it, but you're going to get a good idea of who I am and what I do. So here you go. We are going to close out this video, and I'm showing you all of the books that I have currently available in bundles. As you can see, most of them have stickers, some of them have postcards, and Retro Deco has a pin with it. I think it's cool. I think it's cool that I'm finally in a position to offer physical books in my store and that people care. They want my signature, which is just really, really cool. So if you've already purchased a book that you want to keep for yourself to color in and you are a collector and you want a signed book, I have those available. Maybe you have none of my books and you are interested in purchasing one with my signature that you can color in. By all means, do whatever you want. You don't have to collect them and keep them pristine and not use them. You can purchase it signed and use it. Make a mess, baby. I encourage you all to make a mess. Get messy all day long in my books. That's what they are there for. And with that, my darlings, I close out this video. Thank you once again for being here. Just in general, thank you for being a part of the channel. Thank you for watching. Thanks for hanging out during Vlogmas. And in whatever capacity you support me, whether you are a subscriber here on YouTube, a follower over on Instagram, a Patreon patron, a shopper of my store, any combination thereof, thank you. You are appreciated. I'm going to shut my mouth now. I will see you in the next one.